Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, and welcome back. We are really excited over here on the stream today for many, many reasons. But how are you? How is everyone? It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm excited to be back from yesterday. So yesterday was quite interesting, being a holiday and all sorts of other things going on. But did have an issue with yesterday, specifically after getting the nice lunch that I did with some friends of mine. I started to feel kind of sick. I felt like throwing up in all honesty, but I didn't. I'm putting on some chapstick. Don't worry about that. Um, but I felt like throwing up, and I just really, really, really did not feel like streaming that much. It kind of got to me. So we did not. Sounds and visuals are great. Yeah, no, it wasn't as much of like a. It was like a like it was very low guttural. Like I'm in pain and like it was strange. After a little bit of time, it kind of subsided, but I didn't vomit. That's the most important thing. Didn't vomit, but I also didn't stream, so that's very sad. But for those of you who at least saw what I was tweeting out and putting on Facebook and all that other jazz, is tonight we are playing actually one of my most favorite games of all time. And by my most favorite game of all time, I mean the game that literally first got me upright and working on a computer. There is no, I didn't, again, I've said this year I'm going to prepare my streams better, and I didn't even prepare this one that well, and that's awesome, because you know what? I could talk about this game forever, and it wouldn't stop, because this game has been in my life since I was literally 4 years old. It is, I don't know if it was ever like the first ever video game I ever played, but it is more than likely the first one that I have any recollection of playing as a child. Excuse me. This game, lo and behold, oh my goodness, oh my gracious, oh my darling, Bungie. So Bungie, as you all may know, they created this small game called Halo, and that did okay. It was all right. It was kind of average. People like they saw it and they were like, yeah, that's science fiction, space marine, kind of okay. I'll allow it. And then they made Destiny, and people are like, yeah, it's not garbage. And then they made Destiny 2, and they're like, it's kind of garbage, but now they're no longer with Activision Blizzard, so they're like, yay, less garbage. But before all of that, if you go back to the very first game that Bungie Studios made, it was a game called Ganoop. And it was Pong backwards, and they just ripped off Pong, and they gave it a new colors and new modes for Pong, and they were just the most innovative creators I could have ever asked for. But that's not the game we're talking about. But that's the first game that at least that was on their website as their history of Bungie games. The first game they ever made was Ganoop. But anywho, tonight we will be playing a game called Marathon. So Marathon, again, the first game I probably ever remember playing. This game came out in 1994. And I didn't play it in 1994 because I was too young then. But it was probably around 1996, 97. Just in and around that time. I was like 4, 5, 6, or in that age. And I remember playing a lot of Marathon. And at first, it was actually... We're going to talk a little bit before we get to this game. Sorry for anyone who cares. But this game came out right around the time. I'm trying to set all this together here. Am I not talking? Holy crap! Wait. No, I am talking. Okay. For a second, I was looking at my levels and I was like, none of those are moving. Then scroll down. That one's moving. Okay, we're good. I thought I was talking to the ether for a minute. No, that'd have been terrible. So this game was essentially the reason I got interested in computers. It was the reason I got interested in science fiction. It was the reason I got interested in video games. It was a lot of things. Now this happened mainly because my father has consistently worked as a project manager for all sorts of different companies. And at one point he realized, hey, my company is getting rid of a lot of old Macintosh computers. It's like, I want to say it's like the 8200 that I had. Me and my brother, we just had these really old Macintosh computers. And that was before they got into the the all-in-one iMac that had all the pretty colors and stuff, and there was like the big rounded, shaped computer that was pretty famous and was in a lot of schools because Apple always did their they always had a lot of educational deals that they did with schools and things like that. These were these old gray computers. They had a tower that usually the monitor would stand on top of, so it was laying horizontally. And we just had a lot of these computers, much to my mother's dismay, because my mother thought, you have a lot of random computers and computer parts and junk. She's like, it's kind of an eyesore. It's not the best thing to have around, sitting around the house. But my father's like, no, they're going to learn how to use computers and things like that. And, they'll have fun with it. My brother, who was 5 years older than me, knew a lot more than I did, but I was mostly just palling around with him. And we were learning how to set up all the computers. We're switching out RAM and doing all this other stuff. What you could do with Macs back in the day. And I'm shaking the table a lot, sorry. But we'd be at home and we would just be in our room, just mixing, matching parts, getting, different monitors to work with different computers and different things. And then we eventually got the computers to run over Apple Talk, which was the networking interface basically for the computers to actually to connect to each other, and these computers could not handle the internet, and it was a great setup. We got the computers to connect, and we set up the room. So my brother and I, we shared the same room. We had a bunk bed, good times, and my father had put his grandfather's desk in our room, which I occasionally vandalized with like stickers and things, which made him a little upset. And I can understand that now. When I was 5, I was like, what? They're just stickers, man. We got them off. It was fine. But anyway, we set up this old desk, and my brother put on top of it just his Macintosh with the giant monitor, mouse, keyboard, all that. The great mouse of Macintosh computers. Oh my goodness. Half the time it was just, it was a literal rectangle with a giant rectangular button. Absurdly, like, just not meant for the hand. Like, I'm using Razer Death Adder stuff here. Like, this is so, like, ergonomic compared to the rectangles that I was dealing with. I'd pull up pictures, but it's not worth it. Anywho, we set up these computers. My brother had the nice desk. And for me, we had a couple extra cardboard boxes. And so next to the desk, pointed in the opposite, it was like on the side of the desk, but pointed away. We stacked a couple boxes and we put the computer on top of that. And, bless you, and a monitor on top of that. And that was my desk. And I held my computer in my lap a lot from what I remember. And so I just had this box with a computer on it. And a lot of my time was absorbed in Mac Addict CDs and things like that. So for anyone who doesn't know about this, again, before the internet was widely used and used by, general, users, people who just had computers, because not a lot of people just had computers in their house. It was slowly getting there. I mean, I remember having America Online when they first started shooting CDs by the millions everywhere. You'd get them in the mail all the time. It was absurd. I have hot chocolate today. We're not sponsored, but one day maybe. Ooh, maybe that's why my cheeks are all nice and red. This hot chocolate's really good though. Mac Addict CDs. So Mac Addict it was kind of like a magazine subscription thing you could get. But I often remember going to things like Walmart or other stores that just had magazines and things like that. And there was just this Mac Addict group or whatever, and they would put together a CD that had all different sorts of software, things that you could like make music, sound effects. You could store images and stuff, just tons of things. And they also had demos for games. Sometimes they had full games. It was generally just like, hey, there are developers out there making things for Mac. Because that was back in the day when Mac and Apple and Microsoft, to use the proper terms here, Apple and Microsoft were big competitors, and it was a lot more of a market for that. Whereas now Macintosh has definitely kind of moved more towards the design aspect of things, and less of like video games. And they weren't really known that well for video games anyway. But through these CDs and through the different software and stuff from the Mac Addict CDs, I played a lot of video games, a lot of video games through those demos and through the CDs. And one of them was Bungie's Marathon. And Marathon is the name of the game today. And I played that game, and oh my goodness, oh my gracious. That game stuck with me quite a bit for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to talk about it as we play. But Marathon, the original Marathon, came out in 1994. The game we're about to play is the first of the trilogy that they actually made. It is a first-person shooter, and actually one of the fun things, if you remember, obviously this is Bungie, so they made Halo, and if you remember, Halo 2 had a ton of fun dual-wielding action. Marathon 1 was actually the first-person shooter to have dual-wielding. And there's a caveat to that. So they were the actual first-person shooter to have dual-wielding, so holding two pistols and firing, all that jazz, they have it. The problem is that they weren't necessarily the exact first, because on the exact same day, the game Rise of the Triad came out. I just spit all over my monitor. Triad. You don't need to spit when you say Triad. All right. Rise of the Triad came out, and that same day, they both had dual wielding, so that was pretty cool. This game, like I said, first in the trilogy, and it's amazing. It was what a lot of people would have considered Macintosh's response to Doom, because Doom was really only out on PC. But the more and more you look at it, like, I always thought that Marathon was better than Doom. Again, it's what I had. It's, some people would say like the buyer's remorse, or like, someone trying to justify, well, I mean, I like this product because I have this product. And the thing is, I didn't spend money on it. I was a kid. I had no idea how much things cost. Still don't, honestly. I kind of just make things up as I go, which is why I'm poor. But more importantly, the differences between the games are pretty marked. They're pretty clear. And there's a lot of different things. And so the more that I look at it and the more that I've thought about the games over time, after being like 10, the more I realize, like, both games are a lot of fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing Doom. I just always thought Marathon was better, but it definitely is a different, just a different feeling. Like, they both have very different appeals, even though they came out, I think, was it the original Doom? Was it 92? I can't 100% remember. I'm actually gonna look it up because I'm curious. But most people thought that it was kind of a response to Doom. It came out in 93, so it came out a year later. But the thing is that Marathon 2 and Doom 2 were also very, like, staggered, and so it wasn't necessarily like a call and response as much as it was, this is what Macintosh has, and they're just putting it out when they can. And then there's the sad story eventually of how Steve Jobs lost Bungie to Microsoft, which probably would have maybe held Apple to a little bit more of a standard on making video games, maybe. But they definitely moved away from, being a video game platform in a sense. But we don't want to talk about when they tried to make an actual console from Apple. That was atrocious. We don't talk about that. But yeah, no, that's a lot to bring up. But this game, I need you to picture, though, as I played this game as a child, I was literally 4 or 5. I was sitting in a corner in my room, and I would just play this game, and it was amazing. And so today I'm going to do something that's slightly blasphemous. We're just going to move over to the screen here, and I do have a backdrop of the concept art that I posted, which is from the third game, actually. It's concept art of one of the planets that you're on. It's a science fiction game, so there are multiple planets. There's lots of spaceships, too. Hot chocolate's good. Anyway, one thing I'm doing that I feel is slightly blasphemous. Again, this is, I guess this is technically Retro's Remakes and Remasters. I said I was going to play this game. I didn't enter it as such, but I'm just so excited and just really, really going roundabout on everything. I'm way out of my head, but Retro's Remakes Remasters, the first retro game we're playing, and we're actually going to remaster it. So uh, the original Marathon came on like 4 floppy drives for like really, really old school Apple computers. Like the computers I was playing the original Marathon on were way newer than they originally had at the time. And thankfully to the Aleph 1 project, it's ALEPH 1. If you look that up, you will find that all 3 Marathon games are downloadable for free. And lots of people have made lots of different scenarios, mods, graphical improvements, tons of those kinds of things. And so for today, I figured since this game's really old, the field of view is going to be kind of tight. It's going to look like maybe we're looking like kind of very, very tunnel vision-y, like we're not going to be able to see any sort of thing. It's not going to be the prettiest game per se, so I decided we'll give it a shot. I never have played with these before. Well, I did it to test. But the game looks a little bit different. They overhauled some different things, and I'll talk about that as we're playing. But there are some things to make the game a little bit prettier. Some of the enemy animations are prettier. The sprites are kind of, tightened up, and some of the they added some 3D objects. So we'll show you. But I don't normally play like this. Normally I play in the very like retro standard mode. So this will be new for me, and hopefully it'll be new for you, and it's gonna be a good time. So I will stop just droning, and we will start playing as we talk here. Just gonna fix up some windows, making sure everything's kosher, and let's open this sucker up. You might not be able to see the opening title card, but it says somewhere in the heavens they are waiting. And that's just super ominous. Oh, we didn't even get this. Oh, you can see it there. Let's see here. I might real quick. We're gonna tab out real quick. Get the sound going. You didn't get to hear the awesome Michael Bay sound that was used way before him, but Marathon invokes some feelings, okay? Let me tell you. Okay, maybe not emotional feelings, but like nostalgic ones at least. But that sound, just the very, very powerful. Alright. Real quick. We are going to double check on what we have set for... Okay. So, the names for the difficulties are one of my favorite things about this game as well. So the easiest mode is Kindergarten. Wonderful. And you got easy, you got your normal, your major damage, and then total carnage, everyone's favorite difficulty because it's awful. It's a lot of fun to play in. I'm concerned about me playing on that difficulty and streaming at the same time though. I'm leaning towards at least doing major damage because I've played through it a lot and I might die a lot. But I'll show you how that's okay. Actually, we also have a lot of different things added in here. But you'll see, and you won't really know. But to give you just a little bit more backstory here, the game came with a manual that kind of explained the situation you were in. And long story short, you were just a security officer. You were in a smaller spaceship just outside of the main spaceship, a colony ship called the Marathon. There's their title. And basically, an alien ship appears. It sends out a fighter craft, and it shoots down your shuttle. And you get out in a small escape pod and make it back to the the spaceship. And this is you basically just getting back aboard, and then we'll figure out what happens from there. I'm curious on how to play this one. I'm thinking I'll probably accidentally spoil like small lore things, but I mean, I'm not gonna give away too much of the story before we hit major points. So let's just start a new one. Let's do this. The Arrival. So all the chapters have a good basically a chapter screen. They have fun little illustrations. But yeah, through Aleph 1, you can play all these games for free, and it's pretty awesome. This game brings me back. All right. So something else that I was very interested in was the fact that this game, and obviously this gun, like all these textures are HD, whatever. They've all been remastered. They've all been made to look good. Yeah, we're off to a good start here. So these are our aliens, which, if you pay attention enough to some of the details, they have a mask on their face there, which obviously resembles a little bit of the Grunt's mask in Halo, because all the lowest, easiest enemies are always methane breathing or just breathing some other type of oxygen or other type of gas. Another one of the different details in this game that I've added. Ooh, okay, this is another thing that there's a little glitch when you're diagonally apart from something. When you're at a diagonal, sometimes things tend to blink out like that. I don't know why. But they added 3D images or 3D objects, because normally everything was sprites, but someone made a little additive to add those 3D objects. It's pretty cool. And this background, all of this is none of this was here before. I think at most there was this spaceship, and that was all you could see. Is that spaceship in space, and there was no planet down below. The rest of this is actually the spaceship. We'll get into that, and then the sun. But yeah, all right. Enough of that. The UESC Marathon Airlock Terminal. All right. Message to all Marathon terminals. Marathon Emergency Systems broadcast. Today at 08:20 hours, the Marathon came under surprise attack from unknown hostile forces. The Marathon has sustained serious damage. At 08:30 hours, alien forces boarded the Marathon. The current situation is dire. All personnel are required to arm themselves and fight for their lives. So, been invaded. Classic. And it says, incoming message from Leela. Welcome to the Marathon. I am Leela, one of 2 surviving artificial intelligences aboard the Marathon. I have been severely damaged and am working to understand the current situation. Find the teleport terminal located in the hangar's control room. By that time, I should have a better idea of what is going on. End message. Oh, this is where you are now. From here, you can explore the rest of the hangar area, although not all the doors on the level are functioning. There's a pattern buffer at this location. Pattern buffers are where we save the game. So it's all very like, you get to this spot, you can save, and great. No auto-saving or anything like that. Those are our bonfires. There's a jump pad at this location. Activate the terminal to leave the hangar area. So these terminals that we're looking for anyway, or there are terminals basically that switch us between levels, and we teleport in and out of other levels, because in this giant cavernous spaceship there's just no connecting hallways. It's just, you teleport between them, which makes some sense by way of airlocks, but I don't know. Anyway, okay, so sorry if this feels a little jaggedy. It's easier to play, especially when you've been playing it as long as I have. It may move kind of fast. Warning for those who may be motion sick or get motion sick. Oh, and we could also save ammo if we wanted to get some punching in. The fun thing about the punching in this game is that if you run and punch, you have a lot more power behind the punch, but if you're just standing and punching, it doesn't do as much. So just all this little art and stuff, which looks way different than when I played it originally. But we wanted to make it look a little bit prettier for everybody. Oh, you also had, I feel like I'm already excited about all the little things to talk about and how different games are now. One of my favorite things, though, is you can hit buttons to quick look to the right or left. So you can do this, but I'm still facing forward. So when I press W, I'm walking forward. I'm pressing S and walking backwards. This is how you do. So you can look left and right. So if you really wanted to go like bam, bam that way and shoot back the other way, you can do it. It's how Bungie saw the future, basically. There's our escape pod, Leonardo, as you saw in the opening title screen there. Okay. And this door, if you remember on the map, which you saw and you should have memorized by now, is where the terminal is. But since you can't crouch in this game, and that's the lovely sound you're greeted with when a door doesn't work, is just we have to go around. And I think I'm looking around instead of walking. Alright. So another thing about this game is that you have a map. You can press M and you get map, and you can move around a map. Nothing's paused in this mode, by the way. This is all just looking around, and You can just keep moving. You can fight like this. It's not great. But as you'll see, like, if you see that little column over there that doesn't have a spot, once we go over there and look at it, it discovers it. So this map is actually quite handy throughout the game in a few different parts, because this game, if I guess a little bit more history on Bungie and such. So they made a game called Pathways into Darkness, and they were making games in the time when things like the orange ones can actually shoot. I'm showing you my wonderful accuracy. Pathways into Darkness was a very interesting game, but these games were made in a time where games almost felt unfair sometimes. Oh, there's the other little spaceship. These games came out in a time where games either felt unfair or save the game. Pattern buffer. There were things like things that you needed to remember or write down, and this game was one of the popular ones for having not popular for it, but they had it. Is labyrinths. Now, if you want to ask me why there's a labyrinth on a colony ship, you just don't understand science. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. You're just not smart enough. But the way you can learn how to get around this level, which this is actually things I've seen on the subreddit of this video game, is how do you just get past this part here? So there's an elevator here, but I believe if we come over here, people would just get lost on where to go very, very quickly. And this is going to start to turn into a real big labyrinth real quick. But something you want to get used to is jumping to ledges. Now, there's no jump button, but you just have to... This game's very floaty. You feel like you're kind of floating sometimes when you're moving around, and how you bounce a little bit. Even when you run against a wall, you just kind of bounce up and down. So you really just want to run essentially like that. You just want to move fast enough so that you don't even go down. You can float, okay? You're Yoshi and you're kicking your legs and you're floating. It's fine. It's fine. I am a space security officer. It's fine. It's fine. All right, this is gonna be the most loud and annoying part, because we're gonna save some ammo. We're gonna punch him to death. Punching invokes a stun, and when you're stunned, you don't do anything, so he can't hurt us. Sorry. I only do that for like 2 enemies in this first level, and that'll never happen again, I promise. So what you'll learn is that those guys are messing with the computers on the ship. And I believe all of this actually computes into something, but I forget what it was. So there's been a security breach, and that's just where we are now on the map. So many little details to this game that at the time were really, really cool. All right, if we go this way, yeah, we're gonna go this way. Oop. There's a bunch of guys down there. There's just a pit of fighters. All right. So there's actually a lot to talk about and a lot to play and see, but we're gonna get through that slowly. I already did a UE. All right, that's cool. All right, barrel, and here we go. Oh, okay. So this is actually where we recharge our shields. So you see the red bar goes back up. So the red bars are shields. Blue is our air, because we have an air canister, I guess. Need an air tank. And we have that motion sensor, which you've seen some red triangles. Obviously, those are indicating enemy aliens, any just unknown life forms. We're gonna punch this guy to death again. So sorry. We're saving ammo, because on major damage, I mean, I want to have enough pistol ammo to take out a lot of things, because there's a lot of stuff that gets thrown at you. Maybe we should get a running punch in there. Oh, see that thing again. There's something about being at a diagonal angle. All right, something about being at a diagonal with another sprite, and it disappears for like just a tiny bit. I don't know why it does that, but I think it's mainly just something with Alpha 1, because even without all the new textures and things, it still seems to do that. Okay, so we have some readable text in this one, actually. So it says, Fire and 3DC3 aspects of the theory are as follows. Each society has some controlling force or forces which decide its direction, but the relationships in society are arbitrary. Humanity can relate to money, machines, neighbors, anything really. Individual character and personality and preserved in stories, or are preserved in stories, movies, ROM personalities, etc. Although ROM personalities, I like that. Although individual expression is universal ability, individual freedom is constrained by the society. Deep. All right. Yeah, more data breaches. So this game, a lot like Bungie's other titles and things, always have. Oh yeah, look at the. You can actually read stuff on the ammo cartridges. That's fun. Oh, that's machine gun ammo. Actually, we're gonna use that later once we get the assault rifle. Here's the other side of the hangar bay. But Bungie always puts in a lot of different, like, little... Why is that when I get off it, it goes up? Bungie put in a lot of different philosophical... Lots of philosophy in their terminals, lots of different stories, excerpts from different books. Among other just tidbits of the lore of Marathon. Yeah, see, this is where using your map actually comes in handy quite a bit. All right, we're gonna actually... Oh, is that the dead end? Okay, we can drop down from somewhere else. Yeah, I don't have all of this this route remembered or memorized. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to make it over there. All right, we're gonna run around these guys as much as possible. Already failed. Awesome. You can sidestep people quite a bit. Also, you can get them to shoot each other, and they will fight each other, which I think is a great detail. And get them to aggro on one another. Oh, we're gonna get cornered here. Oh, I just took him out for me. Door normally open? Oh, it's the switch. Also, punching switches is the most efficient way. Either punching them or shooting them with grenades. Okay, so that door... Oh, yeah, it's the door to the hangar, so they don't let you go there. We can technically, I believe, go back into the maze and grab some more ammo here. Oh, yeah, there was that one... The main secret that we didn't go get here. So much like Doom, there are secrets in this game. There's lots of different, like, ammo caches to find, and there are a lot of secret terminals. And the secret terminals... Come on. Secret terminals give you lots of different lore, and some of them are actually just kind of jokes. Some of them are just from the Bungie staff, just kind of joking about things, or either in-universe or kind of fourth wall breaking. Alright, so if we go back this way would have us jump back down to where we saw that other ledge, and yeah, we want to go this way, I do believe. And this will bring us back. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I've played this game a million times, but I've probably forgotten a lot of it, which is okay. Oh, yeah, a lot of these are dead ends and stuff, so now you get to see the enormous, wonderful maze that they thought, hey, players will love traversing a maze. Because back in the day, that's what video games were, was mazes. Oh my goodness. I played this game a million times over, and I found it fun every time. Alright, so now here, like I said, there's no jumping, but you gotta... Alright, here we go. You just gotta follow the style. And then we can get some rockets and some napalm and grenades, all for weapons we don't currently have, but we will here soon. Alright, now we shall proceed to the exit. I don't need to save again, I think we'll be fine. We're only on major damage, no total carnage yet, so... Incoming message from Leela. All the information that I have gathered so far indicates that the alien invasion of the Marathon has been relatively uncoordinated. I suspect that is partially due to this Marathon's large size. However disorderly the alien invasion is, their assault of the computer net has been extremely effective. I detect security breaches in almost every computer system on board the Marathon. I have learned that there is an alien creature that is capable of interfacing with our systems. You must kill any of these creatures that you find. It is a priority that we must stop them. Even now, they are penetrating my defenses. Teleport now. End message. Now, the fun thing about the whole teleport ready or transport ready thing, if you hit escape, you don't have to go. but if you just keep hitting the use button, which I have as tab right now, it will teleport you right when you go out. So it's kind of handy depending on what you want to do if you don't want to get sucked into the next level. And our teleport pad there. Now, the music in this game is one of my favorites. Even though it is kind of samey after a while, it's kind of just... Oh, that was stupid. It's kind of just on like a minute loop, but I love it. Alright, I am now in contact with a number of colonists planet-side. So, we left Earth, colony ship, we're above a different planet. Cool, cool, cool. But the reports on the situation below are conflicting and obviously exaggerated. The primary medium-range radio antenna has been disabled or destroyed, which makes communication extremely difficult. The only thing which seems clear is that the spaceport was obliterated by low-yield nuclear weapons minutes after the attack on the Marathon began. This I can verify through my own optical instruments. I have eyes. The invaders seem to be more interested in the Marathon than the colony, at least in the short term. The motives behind their unprovoked attack are still unknown, however. This is the computer terminal you are using now. I cannot teleport you out of this section from here, so you'll have to leave from another terminal you find after you find the assault rifle. There is an M75 assault rifle / grenade launcher and ammunition at this location. When firing on the fully automatic setting, this weapon is highly inaccurate. But the grenades hit hard, and it's the best we can do right now. Ammunition may be scarce for a while, so be prepared to fall back to your pistol. Here's the terminal you must reach to leave this section. Alien infiltration of this area is high. Proceed with caution. You may find doors locked or stairways retracted on the way because the AI in control of these functions is damaged and behaving erratically. End of message. Alright. So following with the themes of Halo and just general Bungie stuff, their games are usually filled with space marines, aliens of varying color to discern their difficulty, slave races, like in Halo. It's the same here. There's just a lot of different races that are part of just this just a group. Well, whereas in Halo it all seems to be my bad, it all seems to be rather a religious following more than anything. This is actually we'll get into it, but it's a bit of a slavery thing. Oh, these enemies have homing shots. See why I wanted to punch them? Because dodging those shots can be fun. Alright, there we go. There we go. So, when I saw this gun, the way they edited it, I don't know how I feel about how it looks in game. It looks a little silly. Yep, heal up. But I'll allow it. And we can shut off the lights for some reason. I can't remember if there's... See, this is gonna be the hard part, is watching me trying to remember where all the secret rooms are in these games. Because there are a handful of secret rooms. I actually think I already missed one in the last level, which is totally okay. I mean, if I show you everything, then it's no fun. You gotta find some things for yourself, right? I don't know if I even want to try that one. All right. A lot of people have, or at least people who didn't play this game when they were younger because they aren't biased, feel like this gun is just, how inaccurate it is absurd. And I agree, it is kind of crazy. But at the same time, it fits the game very well in its own way. It's the easiest way up there. So if I remember correctly, there's maybe one or two like ammo cartridges up there, but I don't know if I even care that much to try it. I do want to get to some of the secrets. You get really good at grenade jumping. Actually, since we already hit the thing, let's save, and I'll see if I can get some of these skills back. It's been a year at least a year and a half since I played this game again. I honestly, it is kind of part of a repertoire. Every so often I play it. Did I really just save and then come back? Wow. I get so used to running on autopilot in this kind of a game. I wonder if the music's... I hope the music's just right, not too quiet or too loud, but... Alright, so usually you kind of have to hurt yourself a bit to get it going right, but... Yeah! There we go. Okay. That might have been worth it. And see, now, health isn't really limited. Like, you can... Oh, hey. We can see space from here. But there must be a force field of some kind, because we're not losing any oxygen, so... So as long as you can get to one of these machines, the renewal of health is infinite, which is cool. Bless you, baby. But the one thing is, though, is that there are some levels where, through redistribution of power or through other systems, sometimes they actually deactivate. And that adds a little bit more of a challenge for you to go to different locations to heal up or save or things like that. Alright, so we got that. The end of this level is kind of treacherous, actually. Might save some ammo with the pistol here. Missing way more shots than I want to. Oh, nice, thank you. Let's get a couple grenades in there. Yeah. That was glorious. Perfect. Alright, we got another one of those cheesy secrets. That one actually isn't worth it. All that really does is it basically just changes the colors around, from what I remember. It like makes all the enemies like bright red, and it makes the rest of the background like it's basically like any AAA game that has like an eagle vision or anything like that, but it's temporary, and there's no point in me wasting grenades on it, honestly, at this point. Also, there's no reload button, so whenever you want to reload, you kind of just need to empty your clip. Which is one of the bigger differences, a couple of the differences between it and Doom is, number one, you have to reload. You have to reload your gun. And you can obviously you can't manually do it, but in the original Doom and stuff, you just shoot until you ran out of ammo. Also in this game, you could actually look on the Y-axis. Obviously, like I'm doing, just looking up and down. That wasn't a thing. That's what she said, says Caroline. Don't know when you said that. It could have been to a lot of things I just said, but I love it. But in the original Doom, you actually just you looked straight forward, and that's all you did. You could never look up and down, and you had to hope that when you're shooting at something that was higher or lower than you, that the gun would auto aim to that person or that monster. That's just how it was. Which, while these games look like they're kind of in 3D, they're not. They're 2.5D, which is a fun way of cheating graphics and such to make things look like they're three-dimensional, but we're still technically playing on a 2D scape. It's interesting. Not gonna get into it because I don't even remember how to explain it, honestly. But it's one of the cool things of how they made video games back then. I do love to nerd about these topics, but sometimes I'm not as knowledgeable as I wish I was. But what I do remember... Alright, this spot here is a bit of a trap. Here we are. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Simple, simple. When you know when it's coming. That one actually is pretty hard to get around when you're playing it the first time because you're not expecting to get jumped by a bunch of dudes. Keep trying to hit the numbers to change my weapon. Oh, it's so weird. I'm not used to ever doing that with Marathon. Ah. When I originally played this game, actually, I used to move around using the number pad, which is kind of atrocious to a lot of people's way of thinking about it. We're gonna backtrack for help. So yeah, I'm using mouse look now, but back then actually I would only use the number the number pad for moving and switching weapons, and then spacebar was my main fire, and I think it was like control. No, it would have been alt. Would have been my secondary fire. Oh my, where did you guys come from? I don't remember all of you. Also, bullets do have travel time, so you can miss just because a bullet goes behind somebody. Did I skip a whole room of dudes? Oh yeah, we dropped down, didn't we? Yeah, that's too bad. Alright, we just found more people to shoot at. Cool, cool, cool. But, yeah, no, this game, I played it in so many weird different configurations of just control. Alright, more reading. This is the most exciting part of the game. We get to talk about doors and how they work, and oh my gosh, that's so exciting. It seems really random, but it actually kind of makes some sense when you look at the game overall, but we're going to talk about doors, man. Marathon internal engineering documents. This is great. Section 1C, Appendix H. I know this is the content everyone comes for. Anyway, let's skipping down. It says there are 5 basic door designs to be used on the Marathon: outer bulkhead doors, airlock doors, inner bulkhead doors, tertiary or inner sealed non-vacuum safe doors. Remember that for the quiz. And quaternary or inner powered automatic opening doors. Somebody wrote all that. Direct control of all doors except the tertiary and quaternary doors will be given to Durandal. That's a name you should remember. With indirect control of all other doors going to Durandal. The difference between direct and indirect control primarily has to do with the manner of opening the doors. Durandal will only open a directly controlled door when he is specifically asked to do so. Indirectly controlled doors are automatically controlled by Durandal to open when needed. However, due to the expense involved, we are adding thermal and visual spectrum sensors to the tertiary and quaternary door groups. These doors will be minimally used. The expected savings of not using extra sensory input is estimated to be 57% of the base cost of the basic inner bulkhead door. This is just a really angry dad about the thermostat right now. Like, this is what this is. Caroline says, tertiary. It's tertiary. 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 Okay. The types of doors are all basically the same. Someone went to all this trouble to write this book, and they're like, well, they're all the same, it's whatever. The doors in classes 1 and 3 are the same doors classified separately to distinguish between the level of safety checking required to assure acceptable leakage. I've never read this out loud before, but safety checking required to assure acceptable leakage is definitely my new favorite statement. Oh, the acceptable leakage is great. The airlock doors are specifically modified to work with manual and remote activation switches. Airlocks are all to be marked with specific airlock symbol and to be outfitted with an air recharge system. The tertiary and quaternary doors are designed exactly as the bulkhead doors, but are checked coarsely for air leakage. The article, as well as articles 530F and 532G on windows and elevators respectively, will be placed for public access in the Marathon Internal Engineering Documents Section 1C Appendix H. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We did it. I keep looking at the camera that's off and not the one that's on. It's great. It's great. We got this. All right, we had more people trying to hack that computer. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. Gosh. There's acceptable leakage at the store, and I love it. Jesus. Okay, again, I was back and forth, and if I wanted to play this game because of how much reading it would involve. I do love this game, though, so I can't, like, I read it almost every time I play it. I don't have any of it memorized for sure, but, like, I mean, I love it. It's just a great game. All right. The Marathon's automated defenses were disabled during the initial attack by a directed magnetic pulse. The aliens used the same weapon to disable the Marathon's other 2 AIs, Durandal and Tycho, and to severely damage myself. Durandal is responsible for controlling the ship's autonomous functions. doors, life support, kitchens, air processors, stairs, and so on. Because he is non-functional, I'm working to assume many of these tasks as possible. Tycho controls the science and engineering network. Now that you are better armed, our first priority is to reactivate the Marathon's defenses, under my control, so that we may offer resistance to the aliens. I have built 3 replacement circuit boards for the defense system, but cannot move them from the manufacturing center without assistance. I'll transport you to retrieve the replacement parts and give you further instructions when you arrive. End of message. Another cool thing that this game did differently than Doom, something that I really, really loved, is that you actually get objectives. You actually are asked to do specific things. Because in Doom, you're in hell and you're just supposed to kill monsters and fight your way out and do whatever. In this game, they're like, you need to get a gun and then I will ship you out to do something else. And if you actually, I could have shown everyone actually, if you don't pick up the gun and you go to the teleport, she'll be like, dude, you need to get the gun. Like, this is an important part of the process. Likewise, here we need to get these three computer chips, or else we're not going to be able to move forward. The Marathon's automatic manufacturing systems have finished making the replacement circuits. There are 3 circuits. Each should be in its manufacturing holding chamber. With luck, the alien viruses have not infiltrated the manufacturing system. But even if they have, I would have no way of knowing. The attacks on my systems are growing more steady. If the counterattack is not able to remove some of the computer infiltrators, then I will eventually succumb. It is absolutely imperative that a counterattack begin as soon as possible. The Marathon is not defenseless, and we can't let it... the Marathon is not defenseless, and we can't let it be taken without a fight. This is where the circuit should be. Look in all the receptacle lockers. So one there, one over there. Oh wait, no, this is the pattern buffer located next to your current location. I suggest that you use it immediately. After you've retrieved the circuits, return to the terminal at this location, and I will transport you to the defense center to install them. Can I go back? Yeah. Oh, the pattern buffer. She was telling me to save. That's what she was telling me to do. Okay. I was like, I don't remember that. Hey. Jerk. Oh, that's a sound I didn't miss. Alright. We're gonna need to do some crowd control here. Buggers. Or as you know them in Halo, drones. I don't remember what their official name is in this game, but there are bugs. Airlock doors. Hey, we learned about those. Do you have a proper amount of leakage or non-leakage? You want a lack of leakage when it comes to airlocks, specifically. And this piece of art was to show you, hey, this is an industrial part of the ship. Hey guys, looking for ammo and chips. Some crisps. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we gotta get down there. It's a hallway. Oh, thank you. That is what I wanted. There's a lot of things like this little terminal here. I didn't even remember this was here. It's been a long time since I played, so things are going to pop up at me that I don't remember. A lot. All right. Is there anything in this room? There are secret doors a lot. Again, I really feel like I've already missed some, and I feel bad about it, but it's okay. Because I like reading all the extra lore and stuff that comes into it. Okay. Let's see. Stairs. Also, they do have options for crosshair, but when I was a kid, there was no crosshair, so that's generally how I play. Just look at the center of the screen, you're fine. We're all babied too much with crosshairs nowadays. This is how I feel about it. Alright, we're running out of ammo on that. And this, great. Oh, lockers. Nothing. Double nothing. Transfer canceled. Cause unknown. I was afraid this would happen. You'll have to go to the manufacturing transport station to get the last circuit board. Collect the 2 circuit boards that were transferred, and then go to the transporter station. Take the elevator here to access the main processor tunnel. You should find the 3rd chip intact on the transport station. The error was a failure of the final transporter conductor. So they tried to teleport them closer to us, but they failed on a couple of them. You're gonna hear me clicking the use button because I'm trying to find secret doors and stuff. Alright, save. You do want to save often in this game. You don't know when you're gonna get another save terminal. Alright. So we should find some ammo. That's nice. Okay, not one there. More ammo here. Anything to fight? Anything to fight? Okay, we're clear for now. Alright. More ammo. Come on. We need a chip. I actually think the chips are 3D now, and I think they actually have them laying flat. Yeah, they do. It looks way more computer chip than the originals did. I think this is about as far as I played when because I think it was a handful of months ago when I played the first 3 levels. All right, so that's 1. Where is that elevator again she was talking about? It's over there. Okay. Again, the maps actually become very handy. What does this guy say? Does it say the same thing? You must retrieve all 3 chips. Yep. So yeah, they give you messages when you haven't completed the objective, but you're at the ending terminal. They always have these ways to see into other rooms, but you can't get there from that same path. Just make sure all our angles are covered. The keyboard is great. Oop. Where are you? There you are. Use your gun to light up the hallway. It's fine. Yeah, no flashlights in this game, so that's as far as we're seeing. This game is very dark. And the motion sensor helps for sure. Oopsie. Oh, they're starting to fight each other. Alrighty. That takes 3 shots? Ooh. That was more than 3 actually. Oh. Okay, we gotta be careful here. With this gun, you really gotta ambush people quite a bit. You can put a lot of lead down range, but it's not all gonna hit unless you're pretty close. You gotta bunker hill that stuff, or else it ain't hitting. There we go, perfect. That switch should have activated one of the. There was nothing to be gained from hesitation. In her possession of it would become something of consequence that was nothing more than a simple thought for a particular flower, or more precise, then she had it so the room flickered and tore, bending into somewhere else. What does it say up there? It says the top says warning core OS mod date later than current date time. She was consumed by an ashless fire. Door opened before her without cause. Their locks rusted and shattered because they had leakage. Before her slender hands began to dance in front of her horrified face before turning into the fine powder which settled in a pile of where she had been standing. 14,700 miles away, eyes on fire, tearing at her hair. Turning in a fury, she kicked viciously. Anger made her careless, and she missed something. Cool. That's a lot of what you get in this game. A lot of confusion. Pretty sure this is, yeah, it's a functional elevator. So there we go. A big part of Marathon is learning what you're supposed to be doing. Or generally where you're supposed to be going. Because there's a lot of times where you will not know where you're going. And you just kind of have to figure it out. And I consider it a lot of fun. Chip! Okay. Must just retrieve all 3 chips. Yes, I know. Alright. Where is this last chip then? Oh, probably over that area that I have not explored whatsoever. Oh. Even that makes me a little sick. Okay, bring us down. Come on. It's a problem with automatic elevators. Alright. Okay, down the hall to the right. That's where we started. We haven't been here. Definitely sounds like we haven't been here. Okay. More ammo. Oh, if you'll notice, yeah, there's another SMG assault rifle in here. That is actually mainly because of the fact that this game allowed for full co-op. So back in the day, you could actually run a LAN party with 8 people playing co-op. Yeah, eat that. All the stinking 4-player co-op things, or only 2-player co-op. We had 8. We could do whatever we wanted. Except for the reload here. The difficulty of 8-man or any co-op was actually kind of destroyed because of the fact that they just got rid of saving in general. They're just like, when someone dies, they'll respawn. So just play through it. It wasn't so much of a difficulty as it was like, hey, go for it. Though your enemy then did become your friend, though, because your friend will always shoot you in the back to get your ammo or something, or to get the gun that you got. But yeah, they do have multiple instances or different guns there so that you can all have enough. Oh! Hey, buddy. Alright. There was another setup. This might be it. Turn on the lights. Wasn't there another set of small... not near this elevator. There's like another set of small doors that had like the little side doors on them that I opened up, but I didn't look down in them. And this is why a lot of people didn't catch on to Marathon. It's even why a lot of people have a hard time getting into Marathon now, because it is a great entry into the history of video games. Very interesting, great story and all that. But one of the major issues that people have is people don't like to backtrack. People don't like... I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound like one of those people who says, oh, we have it so good now and all these other things, or people don't want to work for it. But in a sense, it's kind of true. Like the idea of achievements and stuff, like things are just handed over to us a little bit more now. There it is. See, and like that's just my own fault right there. Just not actually looking for it. Then again, to be fair, I am when you normally play the game, it's a sprite, so it's standing up, and whichever way you turn, it turns with you, kind of thing. And you basically pick it up the moment you open the thing, because like the moment it's visible, you pick it up. But since that, yeah, the wall is still semi in the way, we didn't pick it up. That is fine. Okay, that's the yes isn't a pattern buffer. Wait a minute. That part of the level, I do not believe we found it yet. So there's always little things like that that'll show you like, hey, there's other parts to this level that you may or may not know about. Okay, yeah, there's nothing behind that. I had a thought for a second that it'd be behind that. But yeah, there are just like little secrets in and around all the maps and stuff. I don't remember, and I don't know if I feel like subjecting an audience of a handful of people to just watching me look for a hidden door. Oh. But alien invaders, yes, will take time to demolish them. Real quick, let's come over here. Because this leads us up to the tower. I don't know if there's anything else up by the tower, but we'll check real quick. But yeah, this game was very pivotal to me, and just at first in general, like just learning about like science fiction and like just space and, you know, what it takes to live there. The different things involved with being in space. You know, ideas and the whole subject of artificial intelligence and how that's good and how that's bad, and how war never changes. No, lots of little things this game taught me, honestly, about. It got me excited about a lot of things. And I guess we can teleport from here too. We'll just take this one. I've received reports from the human security forces. They agree that the aliens are concentrating on the engineering aft section. I would conjecture that they will try to shut down Marathon's reactors. Your next mission will be to put the automatic defenses online. I will give you the exact information when you arrive. Teleport when ready. Let's see. Do I want to jump out? I think, yeah, this button zooms in, zooms out. I'm actually, real quick, before we go on break, I'm going to try one quick thing. I know exactly where to look up the answers for all this kind of stuff. There is actually a collective website where all the terminals are written down and like just all the information that you could ever want on the game, on its story, on the deep lore, on just the Easter eggs, just on all of it. It's called Marathon Story or something like that. There's a website. We'll find it and post it at some point, but it is great if you're ever feeling like being a total nerd with no life, which is me on most occasions. My heart tells me it was something to do with this room, but I can't fully remember. There! Hey! Okay, that's something. Not the room that I was thinking of, but... Okay, yeah, my heart of hearts reminded me of that. We've been up there. Yes, we have. That music, though, man. It's so cheesy, yet it's so good. I'm just doing the "you're a door" technique. It's when you just scream "you're a door" and you hope that it's actually a door. Alright, yeah, we can't get out of here from here. Alright, let's just leave. That's time. We don't need to see everything. It is okay. We'll make it. Alright. Counterattack! So that's supposed to be our character in the middle there, in case you're wondering what we look like. And we are left-handed, oddly enough. Because in every other video game, you are, in fact, right-handed for some reason. Counter-Strike lets you choose now, I think. So. I've received a preliminary report from some members of the science staff who have finished post-mortem examinations on 3 kinds of aliens. They report by modern genealogical standards the different aliens belong to different species. I have collected as much information as I can and will give a report shortly. I have established contact with Durandal for the first time since the attack. He seems to have sustained less damage than I had previously suspected. Durandal reports that he has been in communication with the aliens. He says that the aliens behind the invasion call themselves the Four. At least that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. The Four. And that the ones attacking the computer net are called... Now, good luck with this one. This one's atrocious, I know. It's called the Sphit. At least that's what how I pronounce it, the Sphit. Because PH makes a F and the T and fit. Sphit. That's... People get mad about this too, I think. That Bungie just created these absurd names for all these aliens. But at the same time... I can hardly say things in other languages here, let alone other planets with different tongues or no tongues. So, I mean, it's science fiction. Then again, I mean, like, we call Germany Germany. If you're in Germany, they call it Deutschland. And if you're in, like, Mexico or Spain, they call it Alemania. So, I don't know. It's whatever. All right. Durandal here, but he was reluctant to share the details of his communication, and I cannot understand this. Your mission here is rather simple. You must insert the circuits in the defense control terminals. This is your current location. There is a shield recharge in the access control room. Here's a supply room with large supply of ammunition and weapons. You should stop in this room. This is the defense control center. Hopefully the new control circuits will work. Place one in the terminal at this location. This is where the second one, and this is the final location. Good luck. So they're all in the same general area. But we just have to make a stop at the weapons locker for some ammo. Okay, no one else. Okay. Ammunition. Ah, wait. Okay. So this is another one of everyone's favorite thing, where the technique I was using earlier, which is not really a technique, is the one time you really need to use it, though. Get that all whack. So this room is a giant elevator with a giant ceiling and no door in sight. So you're really supposed to keep clicking around until you find the door. And if you don't find this door within the time that your head starts touching the ceiling between the floor, you start to get crushed to death, and you will die a horrible, horrible death. Like, it's not going to stop. Like, it will pass the threshold here. And yeah, that's your first boss fight in Marathon. Congrats. Alright, switch weapons here. Oh, that was a bad plan. He caught that grenade and a lot of me with it. I don't know if there's anything up there. A vidmaster would know. Warning! Oh, thank goodness. But yeah, this is one of my favorite classic games. Yes. Pistol ammo, assault rifle ammo, and grenades. I was gonna say machine gun ammo. Either way, it's the same. Alright. Save. Alright, so at least we went to the weapons locker first. That's good. Now this way. Okay. I do occasionally like to check the map just to make sure we're going in a good direction. Pistol's way more accurate. Gonna be better for long range, picking people off. Also, they're gonna hit each other a lot on the way. Oh, I'm missing a ton. There we go. Need to save some of the shots. I should be punching people more. I love that punch animation, by the way. That's the best. It's just the best little punch. Also, we're just a space marine with brass knuckles. If that's not the best story you've ever heard, I don't know who you are or what you think is good media, but get off the stream. Leave my channel. Cyborgs with brass knuckles is the only way to live. We're gonna dethrone some dudes. Oh, you're gonna dethrone me. If I remember correctly, these actually are supposed to come up after a few seconds. Alright. Actually, if I lost the game because of this, that would be hilarious. And that would be something I don't know about. Hold on. Is there a way up? Holy crap, wait. They're just gonna keep attacking. Oh no. We're gonna find the door, because I'm pretty sure there's a door. Almost in every instance of these kind of things, there's a door. I don't think I've ever done this. Is there really no way up? What? Yeah, because this whole thing's not an elevator. From what I remembered, I thought these were going to actually come up and have more people on them. What? This is unheard of. This is actually illegal in the state of Resdom. Rez had no idea. Call me... Dude, color me shocked and surprised. Oh, my favorite game. The game I played a million times over. I can't tell you how to get out of a hole. No! Alright, well... I can tell you how a vidmaster would do it. Nope. Nope. I like that noise you make when you die. It's juicy. Alright, that's strange. I've actually never known that to be the case. That's hilarious. I didn't know that. Okay, death 1. First of all, I didn't know that would happen. Interesting. So they do have some locations. There's like 1 or 2 that I can think of that are 100% that, where it's like, if you're in here, you're basically dead. But it kills you. There's never been a moment where it's like, well, you're stuck, now you're dead. I think that was a first. And man, this game, it has a lot of story. It has a lot of reading, as you've noticed, and you get to hear me read, which is probably not the most fun thing. But this game had a lot of lore and a lot of heart to it, which I love. But it's like, it really is just fun to just fight a horde of aliens. We'll just run by these guys. We won't mess with everybody this time. There's ammo over there. Let's go get that. But fighting the aliens is always a fun thing to do when I was a kid, and I loved it. But the story did clue me in on a lot of things that later on in life I'd just be interested in, namely like science fiction, action, guns, I guess. But mainly just like science fiction and these kind of stories about space and the possibilities of technology and stuff. It definitely ruined me and turned me into a nerd. It's a problem. I'm recovering. It's okay. Reload. This gun looks way prettier than the original gun. I like the original gun, though, to be fair. All of this feels really weird to me, but I like the original stuff. All right, we're not going to punch him to death. I don't want to deal with that. All right. This terminal. I always remember this terminal is. This is probably one of the most important by way of story. At least for background of the story. And it's very, what's it? Foreshadowing and foreboding, so it's important to read. Alright, so unauthorized access by the Svit, because they're called Svit, we learned that now. Or as my brother and I used to call them jacket guys, because they always seem to flash you as they attack. Okay. Search heading rampancy. It is a side effect of rampancy that AIs generally become more aggressive and more difficult to affect by subterfuge. Thus, actually disabling a rampant AI is quite dangerous. This was evident in the crash of Traxxas 4 in 2206. By the time that the rampancy of Traxxas was detected, he had already infiltrated 5 of the other AIs on the Martian net. The only recourse for the Martians was to shut down the Martian planetary net, even though it took 2 full years to completely root out the damage that Traxxas had done, and the repercussions of the crash were seen for over 10 years after his rampancy had begun. This is why we don't put everything in the hands of AI. But anyway, we're going to anyway because we're humans and we're like that. Rampancy has been divided into 3 distinct stages, which I actually think, I don't know if this is scientifically accurate, probably not, but just how this is described, this actually sounds kind of how it would go. I don't know if they actually took this off of a book or something else, but a lot of this kind of makes sense to me, at least how AIs kind of seem to function. Because each stage can take a different amount of time to develop, but the end result is a steady progression toward greater intellectual activity and an acceleration of destructive impulses. It is not clear whether these impulses are due to the growth of the AI's psyche or simply a side effect of the new intellectual activity. Section abbreviated. The 3 stages were diagnosed shortly after the first rampancies were discovered on Earth in the latter part of the 21st century. Great. The stages are titled after the primary emotional bent of the AI during each stage. They are melancholia, anger, and jealousy. In general, rampancy is accelerated by outside stimuli. This was discovered early in cybertonics. The more rampant an AI is the more rampant AI is harassed or threatened, the more rapidly it becomes dangerous. Thus, most rampants are dealt with in one mighty attack in order to deny the AI time to grow or recover. There have been a few examples of this tactic not succeeding. In all these cases, the rampant was never brought under control. Traxxas 4 is the most notable example. He was finally dealt with by a complete shutdown of his host net. Theoretically, testing rampancy should be easily accomplished in the laboratory, but in fact it has never successfully been attempted. The confinement of the laboratory makes it impossible for the developing rampant AI to survive, as the growing recursive programs expand with exponential vivacity. Any limitation negatively hampers growth. Since AIs need a planetary-sized network of computers in order to grow, it is not feasible to expect anyone to sacrifice a world web just to test a theory. So the more and more rampant down the stages of rampancy the AI goes, it will need more and more space, essentially. And it'll have melancholy, anger, and then jealousy. And a lot of this gets talked about more. In the 250 years since rampancy first appeared in the EarthNet, the stable rampant AI, the holy grail of Cybertronics, or Cybertronics, has never come close to fruition. Since no rampant has ever been controlled or turned to any useful purpose, it is the option of this writer and the majority of the Cybertronic community that all rampant AIs are a danger to cyber life, liberty, and the pursuit of thrashedness. Is that an actual word? Thrashedness? James B. Miller, 2320, Life and Death of Intelligence. Part of me, real quick, I still have to take a break. Maybe we'll just play through for a solid 2 hours and then I'll just call it quits for the night. But, is that an actual word? Thrashedness? It doesn't look like an actual word. I'm so confused, but I love it. I don't know what that means. How have I never noticed this word before? Thrashedness. No idea. I will have to look into that. That's weird. I don't know. Let's see if the game actually holds up for me doing that. Okay. I love that this game can handle a tab out. Honestly, the people who did the programming for Aleph 1 and bringing this game back to life is amazing, especially since I didn't have to do anything to make all the resolution proper and to just make it full screen and look nice. It just worked. And part of the reason why I started playing. Alright. I'm playing again anyway and streaming it. Alright, so you'll notice a new unit there. And those are actually the security forces. These little guys, they shoot like a rapid handgun kind of shot. They're quite handy sometimes. But I guess we're not reactivating these guys, because I think that's what I always thought it was, but since they're already fighting, I guess we're just reactivating the ship's outer defenses. And again, we are a colony ship, but we gotta be prepared for anything, right? I was gonna say USA, but I don't know that it's specifically the US that's in charge of everything. I'm not sure. I think it's kind of a United Earth thing. Alright, I have summarized all of the information that I've gathered from the aliens so far. Begin report. 4 are generally thinner and lighter than humans and are superbly adaptive for low-gravity environments. Durandal told me that there are many clans of 4, each physically distinct from each other, but my summary only includes 2 of them. Only 2 clans of the 4 have been examined. The fighter, that carries a shock staff, so that was the first enemy we saw, which is capable of attacking at different settings. The trooper is armored for vacuum conditions and carries a combination explosive and impact projectile weapon, which is similar to your AR-75. It is exactly the same as the AR-75. It shoots similar bullets and grenades. Not that you get any ammo off them, but it acts exactly the same. The 4 seem to have enslaved a number of other races. The Hulk is an enormous and rather slow creature. It is incredibly strong. The science report indicates that it had no body fat and therefore had to be fed often to keep it active. One crew member reported seeing one of these creatures pointing to itself and mumbling "Drenoil" right before it picked Johnny up by the shirt and crushed him against a pillar. Scientific. The science staff had difficulty finding a good specimen of the Svit or compiler to autopsy. The only specimen autopsied was almost completely destroyed, but it was obvious that the compilers are cyborgs of some kind. The biological component of the compiler is so closely linked with the machine that it could never survive without it. There's an interesting lore behind the Svit that's very interesting. Or compiler, if you want to call them that. The compiler's actual body is very small, resembling closely a mammalian brain, except that the neurons are much finer and far more complex. End of report. So yeah, the compilers are the ones hacking the ship's computers. I don't remember what these buttons do. They do something important, though. Do we get attacked? Oh, wait, no. These are... Yeah, I remember this. Alright, we're gonna do this. Hold on. Any side doors in here? Again, I'm not really hardcore looking for secrets right now. Alright, this is a weird switch puzzle that... Yeah. That's enough for me. Or not. Freaking A. Good enough. Get in there. Oh, won't let me in. I don't want to use any grenades though. Is it this one and this one that worked pretty well? Nope. Chuck Testa. Gosh, I missed the Chuck Testa video. Ooh! Ooh, got a little crushed there. That's okay though. We're gonna save the ship. We gotta save the ship. Gotta get those defenses up. Screw you, man. We can save it. Get all the elevators going. Because Durandal ain't doing anything other than talking to aliens. Telling us that Johnny got thrown into a pillar. Reload. Is this one of those ones where we have to... Oh, no, wait. This is a bit of a puzzle. Okay, so that one's up now. So we can do this. This one keeps going up and down. That's all we need. We can run around this guy. There we go. See? Perfect. I just saved and we should probably take a break. I don't want to. This game. Alright. Incoming message. You have not ended your mission. Oh, this is the ending place. Must replace all the circuits. Yep. Yeah, I needed to get in there sooner. That was close. You need to get in there, like, real quick. You gotta time it right. Oh, don't get munched. Okay. I feel like there should be a door there. Alright, if I remember correctly, all these are heavily guarded. I'm gonna hit by those. They hit for a lot of damage, those guys. Oops. Slam up. Watch out, watch out. Missing like a champ, missing like a champ. Get in here. Just... Alright. We said that was the spot for the final one, so we're gonna do it in order, why not? Oh, there we go. Let's just see who wins. Ooh, that's a lot of hits. Oh man. Dang. That was hard to watch. I'm sorry, everyone at home. Shield your children's eyes. That was terrifying. Alright. Okay. No crushing today. Well done. I've detected the defense drones activating all over the ship. Okay, I guess we are restoring more drones. Reports from security forces are jubilant. Now the four will encounter stiff resistance, and they will have to pay in blood for every move. The colony appears to be under attack. I detected 7 4 dropships entering the atmosphere only minutes ago. Trajectory analysis indicates that the ships were heading for the outskirts of the colony. Shortly thereafter, I lost communication with the colony. Something has come to my attention, and I will inform you after the teleport. Teleport now. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people. Oh, we're getting backed up here. Oh, I'm surrounded. Jeez. Alright, so that one dude in there that looked different, that was a trooper. Same species, just has armor on. And a assault rifle here. Jump. This level will be a lot easier if I just read the terminal, because it's not a labyrinth, but it's a mini, see, I just went to the same place. It's not a labyrinth, though. It is quite confusing. And I'm probably gonna get taken out real quick. If I'm not careful. Yeah, because it's funny that the AI doesn't activate immediately the moment you see them. It takes them a second to activate. So there are times where you'll run through somewhere and you'll think that you are safe. And that is usually false. Alright, let's... I think we got enemies so we can read safely. Alright, incoming message from Leela. I have some bad news. Durandal has gone rampant. The rampancy was important, I told you. And he is in the angry stage. This explains how Durandal is able to communicate with the Four and the Svit, while I have not. Theoretically, the Marathon computer net is not big enough to sustain rampant growth for very long. This means that as Durandal grows into the computer net, he will begin to affect all aspects of the ship, resulting in unpredictable failures of otherwise benign computer systems. I have teleported you here to make sure that Durandal cannot gain access to a vital section of the ship. There are a series of control switches that you will need to activate to block his access. So this is where I was saying that it'd be easier to look at this and know where I need to go before just running around. So this is where you are. Study the map so that you can do this quickly. Here's the first of 3 switches that you'll need to activate. So I activated the one... Okay, I see where the one I activated, but I need to go down, out, and... Okay. First one, and there's the second one. I think I hit the second one. This is the last switch. Be warned that the aliens have already entered this area. Yeah, we met them. Alright, let's hit the one that you labeled last. Don't know if there's probably a health station on this map, but... Oh, it's a save buffer. They give you a second, they're like, huh? You wanna fight? Just to be safe. Oh, that's even better. Oh, dang it. Get out of the corner. Oh. Not watching my motion sensor. I wish you could do headshots in this game or like do surprise attacks. Actually, there are mods that I've seen that actually allow for headshots. Alright. Perfect. What did that open? What did that open? I like exploring these maps. I know there's like not a lot to necessarily see, but finding extra ammo or guns or just the secret like secret terminals and stuff is always fun. I'm probably gonna go back after this and look to see where I missed the terminals because I really wanna. I do like reading all the secrets. Okay, yeah, that's all 3. Can we leave from here? Is this a different thing? The Christ's Soul Orbiters, or cargo and resources in system transports. Cargo and resources in system transports. That's cool, actually, Christ. Were huge ships shaped like a hollow potato, designed to be able to move huge amounts of material between Earth and Mars, with low cost and theoretically low maintenance. The system was simple. The Christ was put into orbit around Sol, and the plane of the ecliptic, I haven't said that word in a while, built with a powerful solar sail, the Christ could change its orbit easily to pass by Earth or Mars, or fly by. On a flyby, materials could be loaded or offloaded, so they don't even have to land. The energy used to accelerate or decelerate the materials would be supplied by the solar sail. Loading was accomplished with a giant tether and a reel system, which would swing the materials into orbit behind the Christ and then reel it in slowly. It's pretty cool. Offloading was accomplished with a powerful ion beam that would pound the offloading material with a steady stream of ion particles. The design of the Christ was innovative and useful, but it was not low maintenance. Of the 5 Christs that were built, 4 lasted around 100 years, and the other one only 73 before they needed to be brought back to Earth and refitted. Each refitting took about 15 years. Wow. And completely occupied the Earth space shipbuilding facility for that time. The result was that no more than 5 Christs could be kept in service at any time. No Christ was ever built after 2310. The Christ failures devastated Mars, as the first 5 Christs were built, Mars colony grew, confident that the growth would continue. But when the source of Mars's resources failed, the colony found that it had overgrown its supportable size, and the extreme poverty struck most of the population. Each time that a crystal broke down, the result was a famine on Mars. And this is why I got into science fiction, because there's a lot of cool things that, like, obviously there's stuff like this that happens in real life on Earth generally, but the whole idea of it just being a completely different planet, and everyone be like, yeah, no, we can totally do this, this is totally fine. That we need to terraform a planet, it's not really sustainable yet, but we'll be able to ship everything we need, right? Like, it's just such a different... It adds a lot more pressure to the situation. It's very interesting. The conversion of Deimos into the Marathon began when the Mars colony was at the height of its power. If you don't know, Deimos is one of Mars's moons. By the time it was completed, 64 years later, the decline of Mars was well advanced. During that time, the Marathon population had seen its standard of living drop by 80%. On top of oppressive poverty, Martians saw one of their moons being converted into a colony ship in an expensive and risky colony venture, which was predominantly funded by a ruling foreign power. The argument to make the Marathon into a Christ became more and more popular. So basically, if you're not following along at home, the Marathon colony ship is a giant moon that we just hollowed out as much as we could and just made into a spaceship where, you know, a bunch of probably more rich, you know, government leaders and other interests are basically pooling their money so that they can go live in another place where a bunch of people are starving right next door to where it's being built. That's pretty rough. There's a lot of backstory in on this, which I love. Yeah, the argument to make the Marathon a Christ became more and more popular, but the UESC, not the UNSC from Halo, but the UESC, you know, very hard to mistake, never seriously considered this an option. The farther that Mars sank into the depths of poverty, the more that the Marathon became a symbol for the oppression of the Martian people. Damn. Is that going back? Yeah, it goes back. Okay. The declining Martian world. After the Marathon left Mars, the UESC's attentions focused primarily on technological development and the upkeep of the Christs. Mars was left to decay. Population continued to increase as attempts at mandating abortion or sterilization always started revolt. Yeah, that's dark and sad. So yeah, we are currently on the last hope of a lot of people here. We are gonna do the counterintuitive, waste all the ammo in that clip or magazine to pick up another one. And we have actually successfully hit all buttons that need to be pushed. Let me... Yeah, no, wait, go this way. What's over this way? Actually, I think this just kind of goes over the hallway and comes back down. They made a lot of really stupid, circuitous things that really just bring you to the same place. Bungie was the best, okay? They knew what they were doing. This is perfect level design. Picture perfect. You don't know what you're talking about. Alright. I have some bad news. Durandal's gone rampant. I already read this. Wait a minute. Did I not hit the last one? Wait a minute. I was like, wait, is this news? I mean, I have played the game many a time and I know how it goes, but that was also a shock. Okay, I've walked in the same room 3 times. Welcome to Marathon, ladies and gentlemen, where everything you do makes no sense. Okay, that one got activated. Alright, it's actually going to be easier to do it this way. Oh. Right, different exit. I can't actually fit down those. Oh, I remember this level. Yeah. Oh, my memories. Ooh. See, they got those grenades, man. Same exact grenades I got. Those grenades are nice. I'll reload a bit. Oh. Double ambush. Oh man, that was the M. Night Shyamalan ambush. There was just ambush after ambush. We're 2 ambushes deep. Oh, forgot about his friend. You guys fighting? I don't think they are. Oh, they are. Or not. Like you guys will shoot each other. Whoops. Ow. Alright, that's it. I'm missing some shots. DPI on this mouse is killing me. I think I should probably lower it, but I don't know, the sensitivity, I futzed around with it a lot before playing, but I mean, it's good enough. I mean, I don't need it to flick around or anything too crazy. Excuse me, yawning. But yeah, no, I really do love, I love science fiction. The story that comes out of this game is just immaculate. Very interesting, and it taught me a lot about things I probably shouldn't be trying to understand at the age that I was. Just reading about, you know, rebellions and the rich upper class, you know, kind of subjecting the poor to their projects, and there's lots more things. I just need to get over there. Nice. The juicy noises you hear from death in this game are the best. Bodies splash, and it's really gross. But the nostalgia factor is off the charts. Ammo. Worth it. Alright, this one I know for a fact is way back up. There it is. I'm still kind of surprised about that one spot that we found that did not have any single way out. Because I don't remember that being the case. They're usually pretty good about giving you ways up when you fall, unless they meant you to die. Because this game series is actually filled with a lot of locations that have lava. And if you fall in the lava, most times you were meant to die. At least in this game, anyway. The first one. The second one and third one, no, you're swimming. You're swimming through lava, bro. Which helps to explain how we're doing all this in a way, or at least the character that you're playing as. You're playing as a security officer, but it gets hinted at a lot, and no one ever hits it directly on the head. But you obviously have a suit that kind of allows for you to have shields. And it's hinted that you may or may not be a cyborg and all this other stuff. But it'll get into that a bit more. Oh, goodness. Just go off the edge. Ow. Wow, that one hooked way around the corner. Reload, reload. That's sadness. This isn't even too hard, actually. This difficulty ain't bad. Oh. Well, I'm dead again. Death number 3. Actually, I think we're at 4. I think I missed one earlier. Oh, am I gonna get squished? No. But if you want to, you can just come back down for some reason. Okay, cool. Can I come back up? I have to go over here. Dang it. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, again, don't ask me why a colony ship's like this. It's fine, though. Oh, dang, I did fall again. Dang it. Jeez. I don't think that's ever happened before. Oh. Speedruns of this game are hilarious. Which I would actually love to do a speedrun of this game because it's just one of my favorites. But you can get through them really quick if you know, obviously you know exactly where you're going and you've practiced it out a bit. And then obviously there are a lot of little tricks. Obviously, like the grenade jumping can come in handy quite a bit. It's kind of necessary depending on the times you want to get. But it's just a fun game, especially with Especially with the other games, there's a lot of little tricks you can do to speed up things and skip certain locations. I think once we hit 2 hours, we might just call it a night, because this has been a successful stream, and I really love this game, but I don't want to run through it too fast. I also want to prepare a bit more. I feel like I kind of jumped into this willy-nilly. It's kind of how I do most of my stuff right now, but for a second I thought it was a rocket launcher, but it's not. Like that normally isn't here this early. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream tonight, and then I just kind of jump into it and go for it, and it works out. It's fine. It's just there's lots of little things I keep meaning to add and do, and I do it slowly over time. Oh yeah, they're lock in. Oh, that's the wrong one. Alright, this is safer down here, probably. Be attentive. That guy, yep. If anyone was gonna kill me, it was gonna be him. It's been so long. Yeah, so the thing is that those troopers, man, with the assault rifles, you need to be very careful, because they will just shoot a burst of bullets at you, and they hit really well, and they do a lot of damage. Here we go. All right, this is the run. This is it. We got it. Oh man, it has been a good Tuesday. I am having an awesome time. Okay, all right. Ooh, we're aiming kind of high. Can't wait till the slapping sound stop. Knocked him right off. Nah, I guess I didn't need to empty that last clip. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna get full health, and we're just gonna run into the thick of it this time, because usually the safest place to be is where everyone's gonna hit each other. They start infighting. That gives you a little bit more breathing room, if you're planning on clearing everything out. Which, in this part, I guess you don't necessarily have to, by any means. You can just, as long as you can get to the exit, you're good. Okay, that trooper's down. Let's see. Oh. Nice top guys. The problem with the compilers is that they can fly when they get to ledges, so they can fly anywhere technically, but... Oh, trooper. Alright, now I'm mad. Alright, this is this is frustrating. This has never happened, ever. It is saddening to see. You hate to see it, you really do. Oh, the game of my childhood betraying me, so we were really close to death right there. Get away from me, get away from me. Okay. Oopsie, that was the worst control I've seen in a while. Stunned. Can you just die? Thank you. Okay, we're basically at 0 health. That's fine. That's normal. That's how it's expected to be. I mean, we could have gone on total carnage, I guess. all the enemy types probably would have been a step up if they weren't already. It's fine. As I get semi-demolished. Come on, buddy. Ooh. Got him. Okay. Heal. Dang it. Gonna heal up. We're gonna make it through this run. This is nowhere near the hardest part of the game either. What's the name of this level? By the way, there are a lot of interesting names for all the levels in this game. This one's couch fishing. But they're always at the top of the map there, so you can see what the name of the level is. Some of them are pretty funny or sad. Alright, let's do it. Jump in the thick of it. Ah, fell. Couple misses on that last one, but we got him. It's really not that hard. Just run. You never want to stop running, honestly. If you stop running, then you're kind of setting yourself up for disaster. Keep running. Never stop running. Never stop firing, my friends. Alright, message from Leela. Durandal has been denied access to some of the critical computer systems. This should ensure the mobility and reliability of the defense drones. Unfortunately, I've received a distress signal from some crew who are sealed themselves off in one of the nearby access areas. They say that they have lost control over the doors and elevators on the level, excuse me, and that the four have access to the area. It appears that Durandal has reacted to our move against him by giving the four access to a formerly secure area. We'll have to deal with Durandal sooner or later, but we can't be distracted from the four attack. I only hope that his rampant behavior won't continually sabotage our defense efforts. I am sending you to go in and save these crew. Clear the area of aliens. If enough of the crew survive, then we can perhaps get an intelligence report from them. You can fail this mission, by the way. You won't lose the game, but you will... You won't lose the game, but you will definitely fail saving enough of the crew, and you won't get a proper report. There's just a different message, but it keeps track of that. Your mission here is simple: keep as many humans as possible from being killed. Exterminate every alien in the area. You can only leave after the area is secure. There are some defense drones in the area, but I am not sure what condition they are in or how much they will help they will be. This is your current location. There are crew engaged in combat right next to your current position. Use a pattern buffer at this location as soon as possible. You can leave by this terminal when you have secured the area. Alright. I'm going to try and move as quick as possible here. Those are the halts. And they will just slap these to death. There we go. Okay. We saved a handful. Yay. But they're also going to continually walk around and get in the way. Mark my words. They are the worst crew alive. Stay in there, please. The friendly AI in this game are great when they have guns. When they don't, well, even when they have guns, they still get in the way, but they run around and scream, and they're just really looking to get shot. It's amazing. There's a secret area in here. I know there is. It might be in the next room over, but I know it's in one of those slots. Oop. Nah, I don't need that right now. I need some health. No, I have to do that whole other section again. That's fine. Keep these guys in here before they leave and go kill something. So as you can see on the motion tracker, you'll see that humans are just walking around willy-nilly, not caring for their self-preservation at all. They don't know how to do that. They're colonists. What do you expect? They're not ready for this brand new scary world. Oh good, we can save the game with 0 health. Awesome. Alright. They'll say that a lot. They're everywhere! Yeah, they freak out quite a bit. Alright, buttons. We hit the buttons. Ammo, ammo. There's no health anywhere, is there? Guess not. Is that how you get back up? Okay, guess not. I don't think there was health up there either way. I know if we're going this way. Get out of the way.
They're everywhere.
That is probably their most famous dialogue line in this game. Well, one of them. There's a few, but we will get to that. Alright, here's more enemies. And of course, more nice people getting in the way. So it makes it harder to kill without killing friendlies. Bloodbath out there. Stand back, dude. Alright. Just gonna take it. He's just gonna take it. Okay. Okay, I thought I saw another alien moving around. Alright. There's another... Yes. Ah, that's the exit. Okay. I'm remembering something. Thoughts. I remember things. Not in order, though. I just remember certain things. Oh, I think that opens the place I was trying to go earlier. Oh. Yes. Which side are they on behind me? Oh boy. Without a health station, this is... Oh! Yep, I walked right into that one. Whew, boy. Maybe on that we'll have to end that. Oh man. Oh yeah, we're back here. That's fine. I think with that we will call that game. That's exactly what you needed to hear at this moment. So yeah, this game is we'll probably play this one for a few weeks. I mean, it won't actually. This game we could probably, if I play 2 to 3 hours a night, we could probably get it done 2-3 nights. I think. I mean, I'm actually playing pretty slow, all things considered. Just talking and just thinking through things. Also trying not to jerk the mouse around quite a bit because it can get kind of dicey. It can get my brother gets sick watching me play this game. If he ever watches me play, he usually gets feeling sick. Just because of just the FOV is really small and it's pretty rough. Okay. Already getting some yawning going on. That's exciting. That's something that everyone likes to hear. But I think we're gonna call it a night. I think we're just gonna do 2 hours tonight. I don't feel like going for a full 3, and we haven't taken a break, so I think we may just we may call it a night. So everyone, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for making this stream wonderful and fun. This is my favorite game of all time, and we're gonna play it again next week. We might play something different tomorrow. We might actually play Rainbow Six or something like that. I haven't played it in a while, so that might be fun to get back into. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I think I'm out of hot chocolate. Depressing. This is really good hot chocolate. I'm really sad. I'm done with this. This is very sad. I always have to talk to my wife while on stream because she's over there looking cute. It just hurts my heart so much. She's just over there and I can't give her attention and stuff. And yeah, she's the best thing ever. So that's your loss, honestly. It's good hot chocolate though, yo. Yeah. Also, I have another donut I need to eat because I am trying to lose weight. Don't think about it. Anyway, everyone, again, Thank you, as always. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, we will be playing through Marathon. Then we'll be playing through Marathon 2 and probably Marathon Infinity, which is the third installment. I imagine we'll probably go through the whole series because it is one of my favorites. And let me know if you like it or you hate it or you think it's weird. I will be also working again. I'm hoping to finish all my editing on videos and then start getting them up this week. That is the plan, anyway. And let me know if there's any game you'd like to see me play or not play or do. And we'll see what we can do. I think that about does it, though. Thank you so much. And I don't know. Is there anything I need to exclaim or say or scream or do? I don't know. We haven't gotten to the Marathon 2 is when we get to the some of the really good quotes from the ally AI from the game. They're honestly the best. The best voice lines in all of video games, at least in the 90s. But until then, I guess I will see you tomorrow, and have a great night.